Okay, here with Carter Bryant. So kind of for those who don't know you, just kind of talk about your background, where you're from, family, siblings, all that.
Okay. I'm from Riverside, California. I grew up in a sports-oriented family. My mom's side of the family mostly played volleyball, and I had a grandfather on my mom's side that actually played professional basketball in Puerto Rico under Phil Jackson. So that's cool. And I have my dad's side, he went to Long Beach State, graduated I think 2000. And my uncle, he was a McDonald's All-American. He went to Missouri, and they just kind of paved the way for me, and I just followed what they did.
Okay. Any other siblings that also play sports and all that?
Yeah, I have 4 siblings now. I have a baby brother named Lincoln. I have a baby sister named Brooklyn. I have a sister named Carson and a sister named Sydney. Both of the older 2 siblings, they play volleyball, and yeah.
What type of things have your uncles, your parents, what have they kind of instilled in you, kind of being like a basketball family?
They just told me that just enjoy the process, because not everything happens overnight. Like you see guys in the league now. And nobody knew about them in high school and barely into their college years, and they just happened to have a breakout season. They just stuck with their work. They just knew that what they were doing was going to pay off eventually.
So for those who haven't really seen you play, kind of talk about your strengths. Like, what do you do well on the court?
I think I have a good game just for everything. I definitely feel like I can shoot the ball really well for my size. I think I can put it on the floor. I think I have a pretty good post-up game. I can guard 1 through 5. I'm not afraid to take hits. I love being the hustle guy. Like, I just love making that extra play game.
Gotcha. What are some improvement areas you're working on right now?
My off-ball defense and being a little stronger in the paint, obviously, because I'm bigger than most guys we play and I can move better. I'm going to get hacked and stuff like that, and most of the time I really try to rely on calls, but I'm getting better and not doing that. So that's one thing I'm working on.
What about maybe some underrated aspects of your game you don't get enough credit for?
I think I'm a very underrated rebounder. I've had multiple 20-point rebounding games and high double-digit rebounding games, and I think I'm a really good passer for my size. To be honest, I think I'm one of the best passers in class 24.
Okay, nice. So kind of talk about, you missed last season. Was that just due to COVID, or kind of what was that about?
So that's a funny story actually. So when basketball was shut down in California because of COVID, I was actually attending a prep school at the time, and everything had happened to get shut down, indoor gyms, and we were playing outside, and I was training every day. We were playing pickup, and I got clipped when I was going up for a dunk when we were playing full court, and I broke my tibia and fractured my growth plate. So now I have 3 screws in my left leg, and this is probably like my 20th game back from injury.
Gotcha. So you feel like, just kind of talk about this season, like how do you feel like your growth in your game has been? Like, have you gotten a lot of attention, that type of stuff?
Yeah, I feel like I've gotten a good amount of attention. A few games ago when we played Los Alamitos, I picked up an offer from Long Beach State. I feel like I do get quite a bit of attention. And I'm just happy that I know my work is starting to pay off.
For sure. So kind of dipping into your recruitment a little bit, you got Long Beach State. Any other interest or colleges that have reached out?
Yeah, I have Long Beach State, USC, San Diego State, and Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. I've been on multiple visits to the University of Arizona recently. I've talked to Texas Tech, I've talked to Louisville, I've talked to Florida State, I've talked to University of Utah. I've talked to UCLA, I've talked to Rice, I've talked to quite a few schools.
Nice. I know it's still early right now, but when it's time to pick a school, like ideally, what are you looking for in a school of choice?
I'm looking for a school that everybody's just on the same page, and everybody from the equipment manager to the head coach to the water boys, they're all on the same page. And I look for not particularly where the big names go or where the stars quote unquote go. And just seeing if the guys at the end of the bench really do enjoy being there, even though they're not in the game as much as other players. Like, do they really enjoy the experience there?
Yeah, I love that. Are there any schools that maybe you haven't heard from that you'd love to hear from?
No, I wouldn't say not any in particular. I'm just happy from any school I hear from.
Gotcha, yeah. What are some things that you bring to a team, like off the court?
I think I bring a positive energy, whether that's with school, whenever somebody's down, just trying to keep my guys up, whether it's like if anybody on the team gets a bad grade on a test or anything like that, I just tell them keep their heads up. You can't dwell on one day. Like it's you're gonna struggle to become better at anything, whether it's at home as an athlete. If you're gonna stick on one thing, you have to keep moving for a daily.
Gotcha. What are kind of getting to know you off the court a little bit? Like, what are some of your interests and hobbies off the court?
I actually like playing volleyball, sand and indoor. I like doing arts and craft projects with my family, with my cousins and stuff like that. I enjoy playing just 7-on-7 football with my teammates, stuff like that. I love playing video games. I enjoy reading books that talk about psychological stuff and things like that, like how your mind-body connection and things of that nature.
I guess what interests you about psychological books, and what do you get from that kind of stuff?
I think it's just people don't realize how much your mental just plays into what you're doing, like whether it's school or sports. Like if you don't believe in yourself and if you're mentally not on the same page as your body, you're gonna struggle with anything.
Yeah, I love that. So a few more questions. If you had 4 words to kind of describe yourself, what would those 4 words be and why?
Funny, loyal, hardworking, and energetic.
And why those words?
I say hardworking because I just built a work ethic. I just love working at anything. I just want to be the best at everything. So that's why I say that. Energetic because even though I'm one of the better players on our team, I always try to bring energy, whether I start the game early and I pick up 4 early fouls, whether I'm on the floor, I'm playing good or not, I always try to bring energy on and off the court. Yeah.
Okay. And we'll kind of wrap it up with this, but kind of 5 years from now, 10 years from now, like where do you see yourself?
I see myself on an NBA roster, making a run for a championship. That's the goal.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you for coming out.